crimes. There's no laws against committing religious crimes. But you know what there are crimes against? Money laundering, sex crimes, human trafficking, fraud, extortion, coercion.
Yep.
There's crimes against that. There's laws against that.
Yep.
And we know David is committing all of those crimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, when I was there in Detroit, there was a girl there that I believe is in relationship with him now. And she was 14, 13, something like that. She's in her 20s now, but I truly believe he groomed her, because he brought her under his wing from the time that I was there. And I didn't know this. I didn't know this until I saw some other evidence that they were still involved together. And it's disgusting. It's so disturbing. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, you know, she is a beautiful blonde-haired white girl. You know.
Were the parents with her when she went there?
Yes. They were separated before I was even. No, take that back. They weren't separated until after I left, but when I was still keeping up with people that were there.
Hold on one second.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Stop it. I have a little chihuahua who's high maintenance, and I had the door blocked off. He's sitting out there.
Yeah, I have a husky who's similar, so I understand.
Okay, so your dog talks to you. My dog, come here.
Oh yeah,
come over here, lay down. Nope, over here, lay down. Okay, so this young girl comes in about 13 or 14, and did you see the interaction? Like, grow as long while you were there. Did you see the interaction between David and this young lady?
Yes, I did. I saw him, you know, first it started very, you know, innocently enough.
Subtle. Real subtle.
Yeah, very, yeah. It started off with, you know, her and her parents would come to meetings. He would encourage them to come back, you know, backstage after the meetings and do the whole food thing and start to become more of a part of the ministry and stuff like that. And he really, you know, brought her parents, you know, tried to bring her parents in very close. And then towards, I believe this is pretty close to after I left, her mom started realizing what was going on and started kicking up a fuss. And that's when things were separated. I believe he told some story about her mom to get everybody else on her side and then pull her away from her parents.
I think I know who it is. Pretty sure.
I mean, it's not hard to find out if you're paying attention to what's going on right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is, but she's been there for quite a while.
I'm pretty sure her mom has taken legal action as well.
Really?
I think so. I'm not sure, but I thought
hope so.
To my knowledge, I believe she attempted to.
Well, if this is the case, now we have for sure child grooming going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we called it. We knew it. So David's grooming children.
Yeah, for one purpose or another, yeah.
There's kids at that hotel. What do you think they're grooming them for? Work on those fucking phones?
Yep.
Wow, David. What do you make of everything now?
I am scared to see how things have progressed and gotten worse, you know, in the time that I've been gone. Like I thought I left when it was bad. You know, I thought I left when it was bad, and then to see how things have just spiraled out of control, it's insane. It has reached a point of insanity.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Yeah, David's grooming those poor girls. We've kind of been saying that for the last year or so. Human trafficking, because human trafficking doesn't always involve sex, it's force, fraud, or coercion, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be sex. Yes, sex is part of it sometimes, right? But the fact that David is using these people for fraud, it's a different story now. Like it opens up a whole new different level of legalities at this point, right? Like if you've been following the movie prop rental stage case, that's just honestly least of his worries, probably, I would think. But the shit that he's doing, we've been reporting him for the fraud.
Mm-hmm.
The IRS doesn't forget. They're going to look at him. Man, do the members see there are hundreds of others claiming to be an apostle and having been chosen by God, or do they ask themselves why there are so many out there claiming the same? Good question. Yeah. Yeah.
Questions are discouraged, highly discouraged. It's critical thinking that is very quickly dismissed out of that ministry, because critical thinking is going to lead you to more proper answers. So they can't allow that.
Yeah.
They can't allow questions. That's why it's so dangerous for you to
think for yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you can't have people free thinking there. No.
Nope. I saw somebody ask a question about my folks, and asking if we left at the same time. We did not. My parents kicked me to the curb, and then probably about 6 months to a year later, they left and came back to me and basically told me everything that I told them they found out was correct.
So David was saying your dad was his private pilot.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And my dad's name is Jim. I mean, he played it up. I mean, like, there's crusade videos of him bringing my parents on stage saying, "This guy's my pilot," and David never had an airplane ever. I don't know if that's changed, but I can't imagine that that's changed to this day.
I can guarantee David should have hired us as his cost justification analysis board, because he would be in good shape.
Dude, I tell you what, I work in corporate aviation right now, so I know what the cost of operation is for an airplane. It ain't cheap, dude. It ain't cheap.
What, based off your knowledge, roughly, what is it operational cost? What does it cost to operate a G6? Just off the top of your head.
$9,000 an hour.
$9,000 an hour. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. $9,000 an hour.
That's to charter. That's not direct operating costs. Direct operating costs is probably $55,000 to $6,000.
What about charter costs? Say you're chartering.
Charter cost is $9,000 an hour. Brand new G650. I manage one.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Dang. Okay, so $9,000 an hour. Okay,
yep.
That's covering gas, insurance, your pilot.
Yep, that's everything with the exception of landing fees and like the fees that are specific to exactly where you're going.
That's what the homie Chris Com said. If you have like reverse thrusters, depending on the airport, like you pay more for that. Everything goes into it.
Yep. I mean, if you're flying international, you have customs and border patrol fees, you have handling fees, you have all manner of stuff.
So the costs just go boop, up the okay. So $9,000 an hour. Okay. So David for sure couldn't operate Cessna because he doesn't have the credit to do it. He doesn't have the place to store it and the money to buy it. What's a G6 going for right now?
$65 million.
Brand new, used.
Well, brand new out of the factory, you're on a waiting list, but yeah, it's about $65 million.
Okay.
We had a person who paid. They bought. So there was this sheik who bought one who was on the waiting list. He never had any intentions of keeping it. He quick flipped it and sold it for 75.
Damn, 75 million.
He made a $10 million profit immediately.
Dang. So they don't ever lose value. Those things, they hold their value pretty well, I'm guessing.
They hold value very well, very
Okay.
well. And you can have a 20 or 30-year-old airplane that, I mean, of course it's depreciated some, but you can still sell it for quite a bit.
Yeah. So, but a 20-year-old G6, you could still sell it off for like 30 mil, 40 mil
Well,
easy.
there are no 30-year-old G6s because
Okay.
they're so new of an airplane. But
Okay.
something like a G4, a G5, yeah,
Yeah.
you can sell that for 35 million.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Okay. This is good information. So, David, another one up your ass. Okay. You can't afford it. You can't afford a G6. Okay.